EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we jump right into this new season with an AFC South matchup, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Indianapolis Colts. A new era begins here in Indy as the Jags and Colts are underway to begin the new season. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Now the fourth-year man, it's Cam Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
At the 21-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us for their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Palmer going in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Over the middle to Beckham. He'll get it inside the 20. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Odell Beckham, 50 yards. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Hunter Renfrow to return it from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Jones. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Now you can exhale. The season is officially underway. Plenty of work done during the offseason, camp, and the preseason that led to that first throw of the year.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Jones looking to change the play. Jones on 1st and 10. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards. Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing Jones. That's complete to the receiver Thielen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the Colts' 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 1. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Adam Thielen, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jaguars respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag. And that flag accepted. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Trying to find Jordan Addison that time. 3rd down here. And not an easy spot here, and they'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop him. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Now a play fake here on first down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. On the counter, ETN, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Throwing on first down, Jones. He's got his pass-catching tight end, that's Pitts. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1.
I can't believe what I want.
Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Jones. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the... Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyreek Hill from 3 yards out. And the Jaguars' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch, Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about 00? Like Jim Otto used to wear, or Kenny Burrow used to wear. Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with that, they're now out of timeouts, and still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string. I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. ETN up the middle. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And now a high kick, but he hit it straight up. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. They give up the middle to Akers. He's across midfield and finally brought down at the 43. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Here's Rodgers. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19. On the give, this is Akers. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a signal and a timeout called as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Come on, baby. Keep it rolling, boys. That's it. Keep it rolling.
Now Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by M.J. Stewart. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report.
Likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From his end zone, here's Renfro. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Screenplay, here's Etienne. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Thielen going to go in motion right. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
On second down, Etienne once more. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And they're going to speed things up here. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. So the Jags will keep the offense out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Make some good plays today.
Now it's Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Now Jones to throw on 2nd down. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
What's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down? That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down.
Odell Beckham Jr. on the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. On the handoff, it's Akers. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Cam Akers, 35 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Prater on to add the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Rodgers. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Down the sideline he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But that offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the third quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person who just ended up in the end zone with the football, he was the one that answered the bell.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Sam Martin set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Palmer. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here complete to Kelsey.
He's into space past the 25 and all the way down to the 17-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Open man is Palmer.
Touchdown! Josh Palmer from 17 yards out. And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Rodgers will throw for it. And that is incomplete here. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Running out of the gun with ETN. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Jones wants to change it up. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And the Colts are right back in this football game.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Rodgers' throw complete there to Beckham. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are.
Confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 2. Now Jones. Tyreek Hill's got another one.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Jones looking around. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting to gain.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Here's Jones to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they get back on their heels a little bit here in this drive. But a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. That'll be caught by Hill. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tyreek Hill. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now Jones. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more.
41, Colts 30. Sam Martin set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Into the hands of Beckham. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
To throw is Rodgers. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. On 1st down, Rodgers. That's taken in by Palmer. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Here's 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Here's Rodgers to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And now off to the races down the right side. And the Jaguars come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division.